Democracy comes in many forms. It means different things to different people. Over time, it has evolved and is practiced in different ways across the globe. What is democracy? Democracy can be compared to a fruit tree. With proper care, in soil that is nourished with food and water, democracy can grow to be strong and healthy. The soil that democracy can grow well in is a society that values life, liberty, the common good, justice, equality, diversity, and integrity. The soil is fed and watered by the values of tolerance, cooperation, and compromise which underpin fair decision-making. A fruit tree growing in good soil will develop strong roots to support the growth of a strong trunk, sturdy branches, and plentiful fruit. There are two principles that make up the strong roots of democracy. These principles are the people being in control of decision-making and political equality in that control. The people being in control of the government means that the people are the source of the government's authority. Sometimes this principle is called the sovereignty of the people. The people elect their representatives to institutions of decision-making on a regular basis. They also decide which policies should be promoted. Political equality means that all the people, the citizens, men and women, are equal and they have equal control of the government. Each citizen has equal power at the ballot box when they elect their representatives. Political equality is sometimes known as one person, one vote, one value. These principles and values are the right environment for democracy to take root and flourish. If a young tree grows in good soil and has strong roots, it will grow a strong trunk. We can think of the institutions of democracy as the trunk of a tree, forming democracy's central structure, supporting it to stand tall and strong. The institutions supporting democracy are constitutions, political parties, elections, parliaments, an executive branch of government and the public administration, justice systems, civil society, the media, the right to information and education, local government and institutions of customary governance, and additional independent agencies. These distinct but interrelated institutions support a strong democracy. Branches and leaves grow from the trunk of a strong tree, and from these grow the tree's fruit. Similarly, organizations and processes link the institutions of democracy with its tangible benefits, or fruits. Each of the institutions of democracy are made up of organizations and processes that must function properly if they are to produce the fruits or benefits of democracy. Although the institutions are separate, they must all work together. The mere existence of an institution is not enough to achieve effective democracy. The institution must also behave democratically. For all these institutions to function effectively, they must be well-resourced, with enough money to carry out their mandate and enough people with the necessary skills, knowledge, and integrity to carry out their roles. They must operate professionally, transparently, and be accountable to the people. The people who interact with these institutions, the citizens, should be well informed so they can make sure the institutions are accountable to them. Let's look at the main institutions. Constitutions should reflect the shared values of a society, protect the rights, and serve both as fundamental law and social contract. Political parties should provide different viewpoints on issues and give citizens a choice of candidates and policies. To be credible, elections should be free, fair, and regular, and run by independent bodies. Parliaments should be consensus-oriented, inclusive, transparent, representative, and accountable to the people. The executive branch should be transparent and accountable to the people. The justice systems should be independent, impartial, and transparent. Civil society should be representative and free to operate. The media should be free and independent from government. The government and public sector agencies should give information quickly and easily to anyone who asks for it. Everyone has the right to education, so they have the basic knowledge, skills, and dispositions to make their democracy work. Local government should be well-resourced, transparent, and accountable to the people. Additional independent organisations such as human rights, ombudsman, and anti-corruption organisations, among others, should be transparent, accountable, and accessible. These institutions allow democracy to be flexible enough to withstand strong winds, such as social change. And if a democracy is strong enough, it can even withstand pests and diseases, like corruption and abuse of power by decision makers. As with a tree, there are things a democracy needs for it to grow and for it to be protected from the forces that could destroy it. Just like a strong tree, a strong democracy, one whose institutions are looked after well, will bear fruit. The fruits or benefits of democracy include peacefulness and an absence of violence, prosperity, liberties, and freedoms, while also being a society that is inclusive of minorities and supports gender equality. Democracy is like a fruit tree. We can't take it for granted. It needs to be protected and maintained by all its citizens, or it may wither and die. A strong democracy that bears the fruits of peacefulness, prosperity, and freedom needs all citizens to look after it. You can do that by participating in democracy. For example, by staying informed, by voting, and keeping politicians and public servants accountable for their actions.